I mixed this whole song with just the 4 channel strips available to us from SSL. So number one, we're trying to figure out what the sonic differences are between these 4 channel strips. Number two, trying to see how far they can get you before you need another plugin for whatever mixing task you have to get done. So if you haven't seen the first video, which I really recommend that you watch, I'm gonna give you like a quick recap of what the differences are between these plugins, and then we are really gonna listen what they really sound like. So we're gonna play a few different elements through them, and then hopefully you can hear what some of the sonic differences are. All right, so we're gonna start with the 4KB. It is one of the first. So this emulation is from one of the first few boards ever made under the SSL branding. I think this one came out in like 1976. So it's the most distorted. It's got the most harmonic distortion out of the 4, and it has a de-esser. The compression section sound behaves a lot like the G-bus compressor. And then the next one is, so this is an SSL 9000K emulation. This board was released in 2002 or early 2000s. So this is gonna be the cleanest out of all of them. And it also has an option to pick between RMS compression or peak compression. And this one has an impedance section. It also has this other EQ type that you can pick from. This is the SSL 4KE. This one has the orange knob EQ and the brown knob EQ, and then the black knob EQ. Also has a preamp section, ginseng transformer, the whole thing. All right, so right now I have this drum track here. So this is with the plugins engaged. So if I bypass the plugins, all right, so bring them back. So you can probably hear that we're doing some EQing, some compressing, and the whole thing. So we're looking at the one on the kick. So what I like about this 4KE, is this the 4KE? This is the 4KE, right? So what I like about the 4KE is the fact that not only that you have the different types of EQ, but they sound so different. So if I flip between the 3 ones that we have. All right, so let's do a little bit more compression. All right, so very tight compression, and you can hear it. So I like the black knob on this kind of kick because it's already, if I bypass it, so you can hear that it's got some distortion on it. So the black knob is pretty clean. The brown is not as clean, and this is like a passive circuitry. So it's a different types of EQ. So I wouldn't want that on the kick. If you want to, we can probably listen. Yeah, I really like the black knobs on the kick. Now, if you wanted to, you can engage the pre and kind of like drive this. 30 seems to be the optimal if you're like hitting it at, you know, at 0 dBVU. Right, so that'll tighten up your low end if you needed to like reduce some of the sub frequencies. All right, we're gonna leave that right there. So this is the 4KE. This is the 4KG. I like this one on snare because it has. So on snare, I usually try to EQ out some of the top frequencies, especially on the channel, on the signal itself. I'll let me let you hear what it sounds like. So you can hear it's a lot less high frequencies. You can hear a lot less high frequencies. I gotta figure out how to get rid of this weight. All right, so we'll just start here. So without the plugin, it's not as weighty. It's not as thick. So it's a lot thinner. So I think the impedance section has something to do with it. How it distorts sound has something to do with it, and also boosting 7 dBs of 200 probably would do the trick. Get it to sound a lot thicker than it would have sounded. All right, but this part is the part that I like about this plugin. So so in order to use the impedance section, the pre has to be engaged. So if the pre's off, you don't get that. You don't get the you don't get the benefits of that knob. All right, so I like that on snare. What else I can show you? We can try to maybe compress some more. So release usually make whatever signal, like if you don't want so much of what the compressor sounds like, you can get the compressor to release really quick, so it's not gonna add the sound that the compressor adds to sounds on your sound. So you get just the gain reduction without the sound. Now if you want to hear the sound of that compressor, you want that compression to stick around a little longer. So slower release, make usually you'll make a sound thicker. It sounds like the compressor is, you know, holding on to the sound a little longer, which is exactly what's happening. I like that. All right, and then you have this one. So this one is on the, it's not as, I hope there's like a different example somewhere. But if you watch the other video, you get a really, really good understanding on how this one works. But right now we have it on the snare reverb. And so that reverb is pretty distorted. So something as clean as this one is probably a good one to instantiate on a reverb, because you can just do a few things if you need to and not distort the signal further. Yeah, so you can kind of use that to add depth to the snare. All right, so this one's best use, I believe, is probably for bus work. You can probably use this. This will probably be better on a bus somewhere. But I'll show you on a bus, on the master bus, but it also has pretty good use on like maybe a snare or anything that needs to be thickened up, because I feel like just by adding it on the track, it thickens up the signal just by adding it to the signal path without doing anything, because of the way it does its thing. So here it is on another snare. And I think all these different with all these different channel strips have this compressor mix. If you want to, you can kind of mix the wet signal with the dry signal. I just realized that. Okay, so right now the compressor is is on that DS. So that if we wanted to like maybe all right, so the there's no option for attack because the attack is stuck on very fast. I think the attack is 30 milliseconds, which is pretty fast. And then you have your release that goes from very fast release to like 200 millisecond, 400 millisecond, 800 millisecond, 1 second, 1.6 seconds. So 1 second and 600 milliseconds. So you have release options, no attack options. So I mean you have one option, it's fast. Yeah, I like it on that DS. So once you turn this knob all the way to DS and then you put this one all the way to DS, it is gonna be destroying high frequencies, obliterating them, and leaving the thicker, like those mid to lower mid frequencies alone, so to speak. But where I think it really shines is on the bus on, like processing like groups of tracks, um, like gluing groups of tracks together. Let's go. Let me go all the way up. Hopefully you can hear how much vibe it's bringing to the whole track, and like how deep that kick sounds, and like it makes everything a little bit louder without like raising the volume, raising the level or amplitude of signals. All right, so there's a there are some hidden features about these plugins. They're not so hidden. It's just they're not. If you don't know, you probably don't know where they are. And I'm talking about this section here. This is so the VCA analog is this part. Analog VCA is this part. It has a sound. There's a way it sounds. You can turn that off if you don't want it, but don't turn it off. You want that. And then there's like a width knob. Not only do you have a width knob, it comes with like more than just you have like options. So with that width knob, you can choose which low or high frequencies. You can choose between low or high frequencies or full range, what you want to be. So what happens when you like turn up, like, or you turn the width knob one way or the other? What you're doing is like you turning up the side signals. So either turning up or turning down the side signals. So it's telling you like you want to turn up the low frequencies on the side signals, or you want to turn up the high frequencies, or you want to turn up all the side informations. So on this one, we're trying to figure out how to make this guitar sound, give it more depth. So I figure I center my frequency around like 800, and then we would turn up everything below that. So that's what's happening here. Yeah, aside from that level jump, it sounds a lot bigger. That's what happens when you like raise the level of the side signals or the side frequencies, for lack of better words. Where you do that, it kind of like make things sound bigger. So if I did the higher frequencies, it would probably make this thing sound a lot wider. So now the signal sounds a lot wider. I want it to sound bigger. We can probably listen to what it sounds like if I did like the whole range. So this is, I don't know if this is well known or not. You can let me know in the comment section if this is something that you've known about. But I don't think it's all that well known unless unless you want to use that. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here, man. So I don't want this to be too long. Hopefully I touched on everything. If I left anything out, you let me know also in the comment section if I did leave something out. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. If you did, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon. That way you get a notification when I release a video. Thanks for watching. I've been Fuego, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.